Hello, fans. Welcome to the Warrenton Sports Network presentation of girls basketball. Tonight, we bring you the home opener for the Warrenton Lady Warriors as they take on the Silex Lady Owls. The Lady Owls come in with a record of 0-1, looking to bounce back after falling to Van Far, who now sits at 2-0. Warrenton enters with a momentum, starting their season 1-0 after a convincing 43-28 win over Hallsville. Under the leadership of Coach Hannah Logan, the Lady Warriors hold a 5-1 advantage in the all-time series. But last year, Silex broke through with a 57-48 victory, so you know Warrenton will be hungry to defend their home court tonight. The leading players for the Warriors in the first game were senior forward Michaela Whithouse, who began the season with a double-double, scoring 13 points and adding 17 rebounds. And junior guard Sophia Banky added 12 points and 3 assists. It's the Lady Owls and the Lady Warriors right here in Warrenton. Stay tuned. The national anthem, player introductions, and the tip-offs are coming up next. On game day, it's all about teamwork, trust, and heart. At Main Street Real Estate, we bring the same spirit to every home journey. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, our hometown team is with you every step of the way. We believe real estate isn't just a transaction, it's a life-changing experience. That's why we stay in constant communication, deliver expert guidance, and work relentlessly to help you reach your goals. Main Street Real Estate, your home team from game day to closing day, proudly supporting Warrenton athletics and our community. Main Street Real Estate knows the West the best. right. The Warrenton Warriors, coached by Hannah Logan, had a record of 13-14 last year. And the Lady Owls from Silex had a record of 8-15. Warrenton leads the all-time series 5-1. After losing last year, Warrenton's looking to bounce back and claim the victory once again. Zoe Duncan jumping for the Big Red. We're underway here at Warrenton High School. Silex gets the opening rebound, taps it forward, and Morgan Kuntz scores first. Kuntz is a junior guard for the Owls. Goldsmith passes it over to Banky. Banky dribbles through the elbow. Gets it to Duncan, down to Goldsmith. She drives the baseline to Michaela Whithouse, and she banks it off the board. All tied up here at Warrenton, 2 apiece. In the front court, Ryla Jensen passes it over to Austin Van Horn. Dribbles back out, now dribbles the lane. Little right-handed layup, no good. Fight for the rebound. Gathered up by the Warrior Savannah Miller. Gets it over to Goldsmith. She pushes it up the court quickly. Kicks it out to Banky. Banky's going to take the 3 off the back of the rim. Fight for the rebound. The Whithouse gets it, misses the left-hand layup. Gets another rebound. Puts it back up, misses again, gets another one. This time she scores. Whithouse had a double-double last game. She starts off where she left off last game. All right, Silex drives the lane. And Van Horn's shot was blocked, goes out of bounds. Warriors lead 4-2. Silex inbounds underneath their own basket. Warrenton plays a 2-3 zone on the switch to the out of bounds. Corner 3 from Silex, no good. Savannah Miller with another defensive rebound. She pushes it up, tries to get it over to Banky, but the ball sails out of bounds. Errant pass there. Silex brings it up, guard Rylan Jensen. She's guarded in the man-to-man defense by Goldsmith. Now top of the key to Kuntz. She drives, penetrates the lane, puts up a shot, but she draws the foul. Referee's going to award her 2. And get Sophia Banky with the foul. That's her first, team's first. Kuntz first is good. She has got all of the points for Silex so far. Her second's on the way, and it's good as well. All tied up here at Warrenton, 4-piece. Goldsmith brings the ball up for the Big Red. Silex is picking up man-to-man half-court defense. Banky drives, pulls up the elbow, passes to Whithouse. Her shot is blocked from behind. Excellent play there by Morgan Kuntz, the junior. Nice little give and go from the Big Red. Little pick and roll there. Silex stays man-to-man. Whithouse gets the ball on the inbounds pass, misses the shot. Rebound by Miller. That's her third rebound here in the first quarter. Goldsmith gets pushed from behind by Jensen. That's her first. Inbounding for the Big Red will be Zoe Duncan, the senior forward. Silex stays in man-to-man defense, banking out the ball. Gets to the wing to Goldsmith. She comes off Duncan's screen. Rolls not open. Passes it now to Miller at the top of the key. She comes off Whithouse's screen. Little pick and roll, nothing there. Now she gets it into Whithouse. Kicks it back out to Banky. Over to Goldsmith now. Goldsmith penetrates the lane. Tries to find Whithouse, but it's stolen by Silex's Van Horn. They're up the court quickly. Pass tried to get it into the post. Savannah Miller knocks it out of bounds. Actually, they're going to say it went off a Silex player. Warrenton will receive the inbounds pass now. Goldsmith brings up the court for the Warrenton Warriors. All tied 4-piece here. Miller on the left wing. Comes off dribble. Picks up a dribble. Gets it over to Whithouse. He's double teamed and pushed from behind. They're going to get Austin Van Horn with a push from behind. Duncan now inbounds it for the Big Red. Her pass intended from Whithouse, knocked out of play by Sam Gredicke. Gredicke, the senior, knocks it out of bounds. Sophia Benke now will try to inbounds it. Silex stays man-to-man, and she gets it into Duncan. Duncan reverses it over to Miller, down to Goldsmith, over to Benke on the right side. Passes inside to Whithouse. She drops, steps, and scores. Nice pass there from Benke to Whithouse. Give Benke the assist. She had 3 assists in the last game. They're going to give Benke Sorry for the audio problems. Trying to get that rectified. Is it back on? Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, so after one quarter, your score, Warrenton trails 6-11, off to a slow start. Tight man-to-man defense with Silex. They'll double team every now and then, and they're really denying the passes to the post. Warrenton trying to get the ball into their senior forward, Michaela Whithouse, the 5'10 senior, had 13 points, 17 rebounds in her first game. And Silex has obviously scouted that, and they're really denying her the ball. All right, we're underway here in the second quarter, and a quick foul from Silex. They're going to get Jensen with the reach. That's going to be her second foul. Team's fifth. Benke over on the right side. She's playing with two fouls. Throws up a shot blocked by Hope Cunningham. She gives it over to Kuntz. Kuntz brings the ball up in the front court. Skip pass. Deflected. Now Jensen drives. Her shot's blocked by Whithouse. Whithouse went up strong and knocked the shot down. Goldsmith came up with the ball. She passes it to Duncan, and her layup is good. Zoe Duncan scores first for Warrenton here in the second quarter. Nice assist by Claire Goldsmith. All right, Silex in the front court. Warrenton still in their 2-3 zone. Jensen with the ball. Now on the wing goes to Harris. Guarded by Miller, and she knocks it out of bounds. Senior Sam Gredicke checks back in for the Owls. So they have an inbounds, corner inbounds. These can be tough if you deny the pass here. Not a lot of room to inbound the ball. Right there where the sidelines and the baseline meet together. Miller's going to guard the inbounds passer. Looks like we have a problem with the scorer's table. We're getting that rectified right now. All right, inbounds. As I called, Benke had a great chance to intercept that. Got two hands on it, but couldn't control it before it went out of bounds. Now a much easier inbounds pass over to Kuntz. Silex goes now over to Harris. She tries to get it to the post off of Cunningham's hands, and the ball goes out of bounds. Warrenton will have possession with a chance to cut the lead. Still man-to-man defense here from the Owls. Benke with a quick three from the left wing. No good. Rebound by Harris. And Kuntz now brings the ball in the front court, penetrates the free throw lane, runs into Whithouse, but she took too many steps to get her for traveling. Into the game now for Silex is Austin Van Horn. They're going to give Harris a little rest. All right, Big Red now with the ball in the front court. Benke can go one-on-one, gets it over to Miller. She's contested, a little reach there. Ball goes out of bounds off of Van Horn. Miller, the 5'7" guard, is going to inbounds it. Close to being backcourt. Goldsmith has the ball. Another tight defense there from Silex. Over to Benke. She dribbles to her left, stops, pops. Off the board, no good. Rebound gathered up by Morgan Kuntz. She goes back to Van Horn. Back to Kuntz now in the front court. Van Horn passes it into Cunningham. Her shot's no good. Whithouse rips that rebound. Warriors going the other way now. Duncan on the left wing. She's going to take the three off the backboard. No good. Goldsmith runs and gets it and does a great job of saving it into the hands of a Silex player who was standing out of bounds. Good hustle there from Goldsmith to save the possession for the Big Red. Duncan now inbounds it. Over to Miller. The guard gives it over to Banky. Banky gets it over to Goldsmith. She's guarded tight man-to-man defense. Poked away. She picks it up. And she shuffled the little puppies. Turns it over on the travel call. Silex on the attack now. Madison Lichting, the point guard, guarded by Banky. Kuntz cross to Gredicke, loose ball. Banky's putting a little pressure on the defense-wise. Goldsmith now guarding. Silex tries to get it in and stolen by Michaela Whithouse. They tried to feed the post, but Whithouse denied it, got the ball. Big Red on the attack on the offensive side of the court. At the elbow, Duncan gets it over to Miller now on her right side. She dribble penetrates. Goes into a double steam, stolen by Silex. They throw it ahead to Kuntz, and Kuntz kisses another one off the board. And that's going to be a full timeout called by Coach Logan. 5-point lead. It's the largest here in the second quarter so far. Need a roof that's built to last? Call the name Missouri Trust, Mike Brown Construction. With 25 years of experience, we deliver top-quality roofing backed by professional service and premium materials. From quick repairs to full installations, we treat every job like it's our own home. Why? Because we're not just contractors, we're your neighbors. And at Mike Brown Construction, your satisfaction is our success. So when it's time to raise the roof, raise your expectations. Call Mike Brown Construction, where quality meets integrity. All right, so the Big Red are going to have to figure out how to handle that tight man-to-man defense. I'm sure that's what Coach Logan is working on now. Defensively, they've got to stop the dribble penetration into the lane. The 2-3 zone should be cutting that off. The purpose of a 2-3 zone is to basically allow the team to pass the ball around the outside of the defense but protect the paint. And it seems like Silex here in the first half has been able to dribble penetrate the paint. All right, Goldsmith now brings the ball up the front. Up the court for Warrenton. Left wing now, Duncan dribble penetrates. She gets the ball stripped out of her hands by Lichting. She throws it ahead to Kuntz, but Banky intercepts that. Warrenton's going the other way now. Goldsmith reverses the ball to Snyder, who's back in, and they're going to get Van Horn with the reach. Didn't get her feet set and caught her reaching. That's her second. Team's fifth. All right, Goldsmith now with the ball inbounds. Picks the ball up over to Snyder on the right wing. She reverses to Duncan at the point. Duncan dribble penetrates, throws up a shot, and she's fouled. If they're going to give Van Horn, that'll be her third. Be interesting to see who they call it on. No, they're going to get it on Gredicke, and that'll be her first. Duncan to the free throw line. Her first hits the front of the iron and comes up short. Warrenton really struggled the other night at the free throw line. I'm sure it's something they worked on this last week. They struggled on the free throw line in their first game against Hallsville. And second one's short. Rebound by Van Horn. Silex going the other way. Backdoor pass to Kuntz, and it's good. What a read from the guard, Austin Van Horn, and a great cut to beat the pressure defense by Kuntz. Goldsmith now gives it over to Banky. Banky dribble penetrates. Gets into the free throw lane. Kicks it out to Goldsmith. Her three's on the way off the back iron. Rebound by Duncan. She gets it over to Banky at the point. Back to Duncan on the right wing. She reverses the ball to Goldsmith. Shot fakes. Dribble. Penetrates. Now to Duncan. Duncan shot fakes. Dribble penetrates. Her shot's on the way off the board. No good. Rebound by Van Horn, and she's going to be fouled. Looks like the little frustration got to the Big Red. Duncan's, that's going to be a foul on her, her third. She's going to have a seat on the bench, and Savannah Miller is going to check back in. Miller's going to switch from guard to forward now. 5'7" seniors playing forward now. Cunningham in the paint, kicks it back out. Silex works the ball around. Three-point shot from Harris, no good. Goldsmith does a great job coming down from the guard position to rebound, and she's going the other way, banking out. She's going to take a three off the iron, no good. Fight for the loose ball. Players are on the floor. Referee's going to call a jump ball. Arrows pointing to the way of the Lady Owls. 7-point lead, largest lead of the game for the Lady Owls. They get a ball into Van Horn, kicks it back out to Harris. Back inside of Van Horn. Her post move stopped by Schneider. Got her hand on top of the ball, but they called a foul nonetheless. That's going to send Van Horn back to the charity line. And that'll be Schneider's first. She knocks down that first free throw. Senior guards, next one's on the way. And bam, she knocks that down too. She's 3 for 4 from the charity stripe. 9-point lead now for Silex. Goldsmith gets it over to Schneider, dribbles it back to the elbow, picks up her dribble. Reverses the ball to Miller. She dribble penetrates, gets back to Schneider. Now to Goldsmith on the right wing. Dribble penetrates the paint, throws up a shot off the back of the iron, no good. Rebounded there by Jensen. She brings it up in front court. She's taking it right to the hoop. Off the backboard, no good. Rebound by Silex. Out to Van Horn. She's get body foul by Goldsmith. Inbounds pass now for Silex. They get it in over to Jensen. Out to Van Horn. Dribble penetrates. Goldsmith pokes it out, fights for the loose ball. Give Goldsmith the steal. And she gets the ball back from Schneider, going the other way now. To the left wing. Miller's three, no good. Rebounded by Jensen. Jensen brings it up now for Silex. Comes off a screen, pressured defensively by Goldsmith, and they're going to get her with the body foul. This would be her second. Warrenton getting into a little foul trouble here. Substitutions for Silex. Kuntz comes back in, and first appearance for Taylor Lichting, the junior guards in. Inbound pass to Taylor Lichting. Her layup's no good. Rebounded by Cunningham. She puts it back up and draws the foul. Her basket attempt is no good. They're going to get Whithouse with the foul. That's her first. At the free throw line now, Hope Cunningham's first one. Nothing but net. Pure free throw there from Cunningham. And second one's off the front of the iron. Whithouse rips that rebound. Warrenton trying to cut the lead down by 10 now. Banky dribble, penetrates, spins to her left, throws up the left-handed shot, no good. Cunningham gets the rebound. Silex has been really good with the defensive rebounds, only giving Warrenton one chance here in the second quarter. Kuntz has the ball now. She gives it over to Jensen. Jensen reverses the ball to Lichtig. Goldsmith pokes at it, but it goes right back to Kuntz. She dribbles the baseline, passes to Cunningham. She kisses it off the glass, and Cunningham scores. Nice pass there from Morganus. Kuntz give her the assist on the play. That's her second assist. Schneider over to Goldsmith, She jab steps, dribbles right, throws it out, tries to get it to Banky, but her pass goes high and wide. Rylan Harris checks in for the Owls. 12-point lead now for Silex. Kuntz brings the ball past half court over to Gredicke, who's checked back in. Kuntz now dribble penetrates, poked out by Woodhouse. Miller picks it up, kicks it ahead to Banky. Banky has to hustle, saves it to Goldsmith, reverses to Miller. She's got a wide open three off the iron and no good. Rebounded by Harris. She throws it forward. Nice pass from Lichting to Gredicke. Gredicke with the basket, Lichting with the assist. Silex really getting up and down the court on that possession. Goldsmith picks it up at the elbow, gets it over to Banky. She stops and pops. Elbow jumper is good. Warrenton needed that one. Lady Owls were on a big-time run there. 12-point lead now. Kuntz, and at the block, she takes it up. Woodhouse has her hand on the ball, and the referee's going to call a foul. They're going to give it to Woodhouse. Kuntz had to go to the free throw line now. 2.3 seconds left to go here in the first half. And her first one rims out. That's her first miss from the charity line. Into the game is Haley Groff, the sophomore for the Lady Owls. Coach Painter making sure his players doesn't get in foul trouble. Morgan Kuntz now, second one's on the way, and that's nothing but nets. A little violation there is leave the ball alone. Referee's telling the coach. And Silex is with 2.3 seconds left to go. Picks up full court. Goldsmith's three-quarter court shot is going to miss and come up short. So after 2 quarters, Silex leads Warrenton 23-10. Before you hit the road to the big game, make sure you're driving something you love. Gastor Chevrolet has you covered for over 28 years. The Gastor family has been serving Warren, Lincoln, Montgomery, and St. Charles County with honest deals and hometown service. We're not just another dealership, we're the Gastors, and the Gastors are here full-time working directly with you on sales, service, and body shop needs. No gimmicks, no hidden fees, just fair prices and a relaxed, friendly environment. From Truesdale to Wentzville, folks drive in for the Gastorf experience. Shop online, swing by for a test drive, and see why we're built for all seasons. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Gastor Chevrolet, where relationships matter and the customer always wins. Gastor Chevrolet, driven by family, trusted by yours. Looking for your dream home or the perfect rental? Discover it with Hunter's Sake Investments. We offer quality living in Warren and Montgomery County. Need commercial space? We've got retail and warehouse options in Jonesburg, plus the Jonesburg Party Center. Ideal for showers, graduations, and more. Family-owned, locally rooted, and built on trust. We treat your home like our own home. Hunter's Sake Investments today. Call Hunter's Sake Investments today, and let's build your future together. Hunter's Sake Investments, where Missouri finds home. All right, almost ready for the start of the second half. Leading scorer so far for the Lady Owls, Morgan Kuntz leads the way with 11 points. Austin Van Horn has 5. Hope Cunningham has 3. And Sam Gredeke has 2. Leading scorer for the Warriors, Michaela Whithouse with 6. And then Zoe Duncan and Sophia Banky have 2 apiece. Warrenton will put the ball here in the second half, trailing by 13. All right, Goldsmith brings the ball in the front court over to Miller. She comes off the screen, gets it over to Banky, top of the key. She's picked up man-to-man by Kuntz. Lob for Whithouse. She's double-teamed, takes it up and draws the foul. Good-looking play coming out of the halftime there for the Warriors. Foul's going to go on Cunningham. That's her second. And Michaela Whithouse to the free throw line. And she swishes the first. Second one's good as well. That's what the Lady Warriors need. Get to the free throw line, stop the clock, make some points. Now they got to get a stop on defense. They come out in a 2-3 zone. Goldsmith steals it, gets it out to Banky. Warriors on a fast break, and she knocks it in off the glass. Warrenton with 4 straight points, trimmed the lead to 9. A little more aggressive on defense and offense to start the second half are the Lady Warriors. Kuntz now over to Jensen, top the key. Over to Gredeke, back to in the post. Poked away by Whithouse. Stolen by Goldsmith. Her pass was intercepted by Kuntz. Silex going the other way now. Kuntz drives and penetrates the paint. Kicks it out. And the reverse ball now to Gredeke. Top the key to Van Horn. Her ball pass is stolen by Whithouse. Fast break for Warrenton up to Banky. She pulls it up, hits Whithouse, who was trailing the play, and she called for traveling as she shuffled the feet as she was taking the ball to the basket. Warrenton definitely coming out of halftime looks a lot more aggressive. Still in the 2-3 zone. Banky gets a hand on the pass. Whithouse tries to steal. Gets a little body contact with Kuntz, knocks Kuntz over. And that's going to be Michaela's 3rd foul. Inbounds pass now over to Gredeke. Back to Jensen, who takes the point. Over now back to Gredeke. Back to the point. Kuntz back to the point. Over to Gredeke. She tries to feed the post to Van Horn. She gets her feet tangled up and loses control of the ball, and the ball goes out of bounds. Warrenton has possession. Warrenton's got 4 points here in the second half. Silex is scoreless so far. Banky comes off the screen by Whithouse. Now reverses the ball to Miller. Comes off a Duncan screen, kicks it out to Banky. Banky drives to the baseline, reverses the ball back to Whithouse at the left wing. She dribbles, kicks it out to Miller. She drives baseline, brings it back out now. Throws it into the paint. Kuntz is there to steal it, picked up by Van Horn. She kicks it ahead, and Jensen couldn't gather it up. Warrenton going the other way now. Miller on the attack. Into the paint. She takes the shot up and draws the foul. Savannah Miller being very aggressive. They're going to get the foul on Kuntz. That's her first. Savannah Miller will go to the free throw line. She was the best free throw shooter for the Big Red in their first game this season. And she hits that one. That's going to get a timeout. 5 straight points from the Warriors. Coach Painter uses his first timeout. All right, after the timeout, Miller back at the free throw line, shooting her second. That's off the iron, no good. Van Horn with the rebound. She looks to get the ball up quickly for the Lady Owls. Gets the ball over to the baseline to Gredeke, back to Van Horn. Now to Jensen, top the key. Kuntz over the left wing, back to Jensen. Gredeke. Silex working the ball around on the right side now. Skip pass to Kuntz. She penetrates the free throw lane, throws up a shot. Nothing but air. And Goldsmith gets it going the other way now. Out to Banky. Her three from the left wing. Off the back iron. Loose ball gathered up by Duncan. Ball onto Whithouse. She drop steps, but the defender was there and draws the foul. That's going to be Michaela's fourth foul. She got two quickly here in the third quarter. And that brings in Emma Flake, the 5'10 freshman, forward. All right, Silex brings the ball up. Warrenton still in their zone defense. Silex works it around, gets it into Cunningham, kicks it back out. Still working the ball around into Van Horn. Stolen by Goldsmith. She's got a couple steals here in the third quarter. Claire's being very aggressive defensively, trying to get the big red back in. They throw it to Flake, and that one's stolen. But Flake steals it right back. She takes it up, gets a lot of contact, no foul. She gets her own rebound, then she gets the ball stolen by Van Horn. And the referee calls a jump ball. Possession arrows going Silex's way. 8-point lead now. Was 13 at halftime. Gredeke tries to feed the post. Knocked away by Duncan. Gathered up by Banky. She hits it ahead. Kuntz sees that and knocks it out of bounds. Banky tried to get the ball into Goldsmith. The heady guard, Morgan Kuntz for the Owls, said not today. Duncan now inbounds it, gets it over to Banky. Over on the right side of the court, guarded by Jensen. She dribbles to the top of the key. Now she takes it to the right, comes off a screen by Duncan, kicks it out to Goldsmith. Goldsmith on the left wing, comes off a screen, dribbles to the middle, over to Banky. Banky's two from just inside the three-pointers, no good. Van Horn gets it. Silex going the other way. Her one-handed pass goes off the fingertips of Rylan Jensen out of bounds. 3:48 so far. Silex still has not scored here in the third quarter. Into the game for the Owls is going to be Rylan Harris. Man-to-man defense still by the Owls. Miller dribble penetrates, stops at the elbow, pops off the board and knocks it down. Savannah Miller's got 3 points here in the second half. 6-point lead now for the Owls. Was a 13. All right, Van Horn in the post. Shows up a right-handed layup. No good. Flake with the rebound. The freshman making her presence felt here on the defensive side of the court for the Lady Warriors. Goldsmith brings the ball now. Tries to get it to Banky, who thought was going back court. Banky stopped. Ball goes out of bounds. Turnover. Ball back to the Owls. Madison Lichting comes in for Silex. Jensen brings the ball up the court. Over to Kuntz. Back to Jensen. There's Kuntz. Jensen now over to Harris. Harris feeds the post. Kicks it back out. Kuntz now on the right wing. Silex being very methodical, trying to get the ball onto Van Horn. Her backdoor pass. The cutter stopped halfway, and the ball went out of bounds. Another turnover for the Owls. Goldsmith brings the ball up now for Warrenton. Miller, who's got the hot hand here in the second half, comes off, stops, and pops at the elbow. This time off the front of the iron. No good. Rebound by Harris up to Jensen. She's fast to the basket, but her shot is blocked by Flake. Emma Flake just into the game in the third quarter. She's got a block and a rebound so far. Silex having a tough time getting it inbounds. Loose ball gathered up by Kuntz. Goldsmith putting no pressure on her, and Kuntz knocks her over, and they're going to get an offensive foul on Kuntz. Goldsmith playing the glove on defense over there, really pounding Silex. She's got a couple turnovers for Warrenton. That defensive pressure has got Warrenton right back into the game. Goldsmith over to Miller on the right wing. She comes off the screen, gets it over to Banky on the left side. And they're going to get Flake with not being set on that screen. The foul goes to Flake, but, Banky's got to let her get set before she comes off that screen. All right, so the guard has to wait for the screener to get set. Otherwise, they're going to draw the foul every time. So Flake calls for foul, but it wasn't totally her fault. All right, Silex back on the attack. Stolen by Banky. Warrenton's going the other way now. She's going to stop and pop from the free throw line. No good. Flake fights for the loose ball. Falls down, and the ball goes off of Flake. Silex with the possession now. What a defensive quarter Warrenton's got going on so far. They've got a shutout. Oh, almost a chance there for a steal for Goldsmith. Van Horn at the free throw line. Throws it into Kuntz. Off of Kuntz's hands. And Kuntz is knocked over by Miller. They're going to get Miller for the foul. Pushing the back. That's Savannah's first. Freshman Jaden Cox checks in for Miller. She's going to play the forward position now. Warrenton's in a 2-3 zone here. Silex gets it into Kuntz. Minute 36. She drives baseline, throws up a shot. Partially blocked by Zoe Duncan, and Duncan gets the rebound. She brings it up the court. Warrenton with a chance to cut it to 4. Cox looks in. She's going to take the open 3. Off the iron. No good. Flake rebounds. Off the board. No good. Van Horn gets the rebound. Warrenton with an excellent possession there. Had a chance to trim the lead. Silex with a corner 3. No good. Duncan with another rebound. That's 2 in a row for Zoe. Showing her presence with Whithouse on the board. Duncan's taken over the rebounding duties. Banky now in the front court. Dribbles behind her back. Comes off the screen by Flake. Throws it into Flake, but intercepted there by Harris. Harris is going the other way. Actually, that's Lichtig. Her shot's no good. Duncan with the rebound. She brought the ball down low and got tied up by Riley Jensen. Remember, when you get the rebound, to keep that ball underneath your chin. Don't bring it below your waist. That's where those guards will reach in and grab it and tie you up. All right, Silex changing things up defensively. They come out in a 2-2-1 zone press. Full court. Pass is stolen. Silex now gets it to Kuntz. She drives the lane, throws up a shot, but she got caught traveling before the shot went up. Two-2-1 zone press from Silex. Full court. Duncan over to Banky. Looks like they're going to trap out of that press. Duncan's pass intercepted and knocked down by Lichtig inside to Jensen. Her shot goes up and no good, but she draws a foul. They're going to get the foul on Cox, her first. That sends Riley Jensen to the free throw line, her first time there tonight. Looking to get the Owls on the board here in the third quarter. They've been held scoreless so far. Her first one hits the iron and misses. And the next one misses as well. The defense is really working well for Warrenton. Zone pressure is really causing Warrenton problems. I'm sure Coach Logan would like to call a timeout, but the end of the quarter is so close, she's got to take that timeout with her to the fourth quarter. So Silex now, 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Try to get it Van Horn. They do. Kick it back out. Three's on the way. No good. Silex fights for the loose ball. Rebound, got back up. Flake gets it, brings the ball down low, and she draws the foul. Remember, keep that ball underneath the chin. They're going to get Kuntz with the foul. She's got 3 all here in the third quarter. 3.6 seconds. Goldsmith gets it in. She drives, penetrates. Throws up from just outside of half court, off the front of the iron, and no good. So after 3 quarters, Warrenton's gotten themselves back into the game with a strong defensive presence in the third quarter. They did not allow any points, and they scored 7 of their own. So what once was a 13-point lead is now a 6-point lead. On the field, it's all about strategy, precision, and execution. Off the court, same rules apply. At Surveyant Heating and Air Conditioning, we bring our A game to every home and business with custom solutions, expert installs, and a reputation for getting it right the first time. We're your home field advantage for year-round comfort. Trusted across Warren County, we've got you covered. Home, business, and new construction. Surveyant Heating and Air Conditioning, where comfort wins every time. One quarter left to play. If Warrenton continues their defensive pressure, they've got a chance to win this game in the second half here. All right, Silex will start the fourth quarter with the ball. Warrenton switches defense. Looks like, nope, they're still at a 2-3. I'm sorry. Silex works the ball around the outside, get it into Van Horn. She gets the ball to Cunningham on the low block. Kicks it back out to Van Horn. She dribble penetrates. Now back out to Gredicke. Her 3 hits the iron, bounces around. Flake gets the rebound. Flake gets to Duncan. Goldsmith brings it up now. Behind the back dribble. Gets it over to Banky. Banky to Duncan. She's going to wind up from 3. Off the back iron. Flake gets the rebound. Takes it back up and draws the foul. Emma Flake has done a great job on the boards here since she's been into the game. Here in the second half, she draws the foul on Van Horn. That's her 3rd. First one from Flake is good. That's her first points of the season. And next one hits off the front of the iron short, but rebounded by Cox. She brings the ball down low and gets tied up. Keep that ball under the chin. Possession arrow goes Warrenton's way. Banky's going to trigger the inbounds pass underneath her own basket. Gets it into Duncan. Duncan to Cox. Reverses to Goldsmith. Banky on the right side now. Thought about a 3, then pulls it back down. Dribbles out. Over to Goldsmith. We got Silex in a 1-2-2 zone defense here. They switched things up here in the fourth quarter. Their man-to-man defense let up a little points. Coach Painter switches defense. Shot by Cox, blocked. She gets a rebound. Back to Duncan. Her 3's no good, but off the hands of Cunningham. 5-point lead for the Owls. Duncan with the inbound pass underneath her own basket. Inbounds to Flake. She takes it up, and Flake draws the foul. Van Horn gets her from behind. Flake back to the free throw line where she was 1 for 2 just a moment ago. That one hits the right iron and off the backboard and no good. You said before the game, this is one of the things Warrenton has to improve on, their free throws. Flake's next one is pure. She knocks that down. She's 2 for 4. Warrenton's got it down to a 4-point lead. Loose ball stolen by Duncan. Silex a little careless with the ball. Goldsmith brings it up the other way. Warrenton works the ball around the zone now by Silex. They fall back into a 2-3 zone this time. Cox feeds the post. Flake drop steps, takes it up, and she draws another. Emma Flake being a presence here in the fourth quarter. They get Van Horn with another foul. Flake with a chance to trim the lead. First one's off the back iron, no good. Van Horn comes out of the game, and Madison Lichting checks in. Coach Painter is going to call a timeout, a full timeout. Love what you see, fired up about what you hear? Then why not make your brand part of the excitement? At the Warrenton Sports Network, we're more than just play-by-play. We're the heartbeat of local sports, celebrating the athletes, the fans, and the community that makes it all possible. Whether you're a small business looking to grow your reach or a proud supporter of Warrenton Athletics, there's a place for you here. You can reach a passionate local audience. You can support student athletes and hometown pride. We have flexible ad packages for every budget. If you're cheering from the stands, tuning in from home, or just want to see Warrenton thrive, your support matters. Let's team up and make some noise together. Advertise with us, support the game, and grow your name. Contact the Warren County R3 School District Office for more information. All right, Emma Flake back to the free throw line for her second of two free throws. She missed the first. She hits this, it'll be 3 for 6, and she does. That trims the lead to 3. It's a one-possession game. Warrenton's right back into this. Silex facing the tough zone defense, gets it into the elbow. A shot and a basket by Madison Lichting, the freshman. She draws a foul, and she'll go to the free throw line to boot. And she hits that with a nice swish. That's the first 3 points for Silex in the second half. They got a 6-point lead. Still 2-2-1 zone press, but Warrenton handles it that time. Cox takes it to the hole. No good. Flake with another rebound. Her shot's no good. And the ball goes out of bounds off of Flake's hands. Silex brings the ball up the court now. Jensen at the point. She's guarded by Benke. Gredicke now. Ball above her head. Goes back to Kuntz. She has trouble with a pass. Gets it over to Jensen to the baseline to Cunningham. Tried to get it to the elbow. Flake with the steal. And Goldsmith's going the other way. Her pass is intercepted there by Madison Lichting. She gets it over to Jensen. Her right-handed layup is good. And she draws a foul after the shot. Flake with the foul. That's her second. Jensen at the free throw line. No good. It says it'll almost be back-to-back old-fashioned three-point plays. All right, Warrenton still having problems with this zone full-court press. Goldsmith gets it across the Benke over to Flake. Her right-handed layup off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Gredicke. Silex going the other way now. Coach Painter implores his players to slow down a little bit. Gredicke at the point. Ball above her head. Reverses the ball to Cunningham. She's going to take a three from the wing. No good. Cunningham with the rebound. Goldsmith with the rebound. Going the other way. Fast break. Her layup off the glass. No good. Gathered up by Benke. She throws up a shot and draws a foul. Smart play there from the junior to make contact. Madison Lichting gets the foul. Her first. Benke goes to the free throw line. Her first time there this season. The first one she swishes home. Michaela Whithouse comes in for Flake. And Van Horn's back into the game too. So the players that are in foul trouble from both teams are back into the game now. Banky second, off the front of the iron, no good. Whithouse hustles and gets the rebound for Warrenton. 7-point lead for Silex. She feeds it into Goldsmith, who kicks it out to Banky. Her three's on the way, off the front of the rim. Cox with the rebound. Gets it over to Duncan, back to Goldsmith now. She dribbles forward, reverses the ball to Banky. Now to Cox. Cox feeds Whithouse at the elbow. Her shot comes up short. Looks like it might have been partially blocked, but no such luck is called. Silex brings the ball up now. That's Jensen at the point. Over to Van Horn. She feeds it to Kuntz. Kuntz dribbles it out of the paint. Back to Van Horn on the left side of the court. Jensen feeds it. Try to get it in on a backdoor cut again. They're going to get it a kick penalty or a violation against Zoe Duncan. 2-3 zone now for Warrenton out of the out-of-bounds situation. They get the ball in, Silex does. Reverse the ball to Kuntz. A little pressure defense. She almost turns it over but saves it. Van Horn back to Kuntz. And Goldsmith almost gets a steal. Kuntz gets it back. Van Horn in the paint, takes it up. Her pass is gathered up, and shot was taken there by Taylor Lichting. Zoe Duncan with another rebound, and she is fouled from behind. That's going to send Duncan to the free throw line. Silex is over the limit here. All right, Duncan's got a 1-on-1 here. No, they're going to call two. First one hits the front of the iron and goes to the backboard and goes in the hoop. That's Duncan's first made free throw of the season. Into the game for Silex. Rylan Harris, the junior, is back in. Duncan's next one's good. Zoe Duncan hits the free throws at a big time. 5-point lead for Silex. Van Horn on the left side. She dribble penetrates, goes by Whithouse, and her left-handed layup is good. That's Van Horn's first points of the second half. She's got 7 in the game now. Duncan up the right side. Whithouse over to Cox in the lane. Kicks it out to Duncan. Back to Goldsmith. Reverses to Banky. Thought about the three, gets it into Whithouse. She drops steps and scores. Good pass there from Banky. That's her second assist. Van Horn now at the free throw line. Dribble penetrates, spins back to the middle, and she knocks it in off the glass. She's got back-to-back baskets. Whithouse has got to be careful on defense not to get that 5th foul. And Van Horn's taking it right to her. Duncan now gets it over to Banky. She feeds it into Whithouse. And the ball goes through her hands and out of bounds. All right, Coombs back into the game for the Lady Owls. She had a short break. 2:52 left to go. Silex up by 7. Warrenton had it down to 3. But then Silex has stretched it out. Van Horn off her own foot on the dribble. Turns it over. Coach Painter takes him out of the full court press. And they're going to pick up man-to-man here. Going back to what did them successfully well in the first half. Goldsmith dribble, gets it over to Duncan on the low block. She fumbles the ball. And they're going to get a jump ball. And it's going to be a turnover on the possession arrow. Silex looks to grow their 7-point lead. Warriors need to stop here. Stop and a score. They feed the post down to Van Horn. She drop steps, and her shot's no good. Duncan with the rebound. Tries to dribble out, and she's tripped again. Zoe Duncan has owned the boards here in the second half for the Warriors. She gets the Windex Award for cleaning the boards of the glass today. She goes to the free throw line to shoot 2. Duncan's got 4, looking to add to that. First one's off the front of the rim. Next one on the way. That one's pure. 6-point lead now for Silex. Warrenton picks up a little full court pressure. Kuntz getting double teamed, falls down, gets it up. And Coach Painter's going to call his next timeout. Warrenton crowd trying to cheer their team on to victory here. Comes alive as the timeout's called. Warrenton Sports Network wants to remind you this is more than just a game. It's hometown pride. Live and in action on the Warrenton Sports Network. And behind every play, every stream are the local businesses who make it all possible. When you support our sponsors, you're backing the Warriors and the community. So shop local, say thanks, and let them know you saw them on the stream. Support the businesses that support the game only on the Warrenton Sports Network. All right, 2:11 left to go. Warrenton's got it back to a 2-possession game. Silex has possession of the ball on a sidelines out of bounds. Warrenton needs to get a stop and a score. Warrenton's picking up man-to-man out of the timeout now. Lichting drives to the right, circles back on the right wing now, gets it over to Harris, who feeds the post. Her shot's no good. Van Horn rebounds, takes it back up, and draws the foul. And they're going to get Whithouse with the foul. And that's going to be Michaela's 5th. She fouls out as the Warrenton leading scorer. Flake checks in for her. Van Horn to the free throw line for 2 free throws. She's 3 for 4 so far tonight. Make it 4 for 5. That stretches the Silex lead to 7 now. And next one bangs home. 8-point lead now for Silex. Warrenton's got to get a basket pretty quickly here. Clock's working against them under 2. Cox dribbles over to the right side. And almost stolen. Goldsmith drives the basket, throws a one-hander off the backboard, no good. Gets her own rebound, takes it up and blocked by Van Horn. Kuntz going the other way now. Throws it down to the low block, and that's going to be Rylan Harris's first point of the game. 10-point lead for the Owls. Banky now in the front court. Drives into the lane, stops, pops, no good. Duncan with another rebound off the backboard, no good. Flake with the rebound. She takes it up and draws the foul. All right, Emma Flake back to the free throw line. She's been 1 for 2 each time she's been to the free throw line so far. First one goes home. Hopefully we'll have a reverse announcer jinx here, and she'll knock down the second one. Good form from the freshman. Nice follow through, and she hits the second one as well. 8-point lead now for Silex. Warrenton picks up man-to-man pressure full court. A little double team there on Jensen. She gets the ball in the front court and draws a foul from behind. They're going to call Sophia Banky with the push from behind. That's the 4th foul on Warrenton. Silex will be in to go to the free throw line with the next one. Jensen now. Pressured by Banky. She dribbles to her left. Warrenton's still in the zone, but coming out and putting pressure on the ball handler is Claire Goldsmith. She gets called for the reach. That's her 3rd, and that sends Rylan Harris to the free throw line. Harris has got 2 points so far. First free throw, nice backspin and rotation, and it falls down. Junior guards next one. On the way. And that one's no good. Zoe Duncan with another rebound. Duncan brings the ball up, stops on the right baseline, reverses the ball to Goldsmith. She drives, penetrates. Van Horn with the block. Goldsmith saves it from going out of bounds, but Silex is there. They're going the other way now. Jensen tells his players to slow down, set something up. They've got a 9-point lead, looking to milk the clock. Benke fouls Madison Lichting, sending the freshman to the free throw line. That's Sophia's fourth foul. Her rebound hits the back of the iron and misses. Next one's going to be coming up here in a second. Sub for the Owls. Taylor Lichting checks back in. Madison Lichting's free throw is good. Nothing but a swish on that one. 10-point lead now for the Owls. Under a minute to go for the Warriors. They've got to score and get a stop here. Cox goes off the screen, stops from the elbow. Horn steps out and blocks that. And she tries a fast break, but it's stolen by Benke. Benke gets it to Goldsmith. Her layup, no good. Rebound by Flake. Her rebound's no good. Goldsmith gets it. Her rebound's no good. Benke gets the rebound. Her shot's no good. Another one from Flake, no good. Warriors had 5 chances at the basket. Can't get it to go. Must be a rim on the basket. Silex gets the rebound, and Coach Painter is going to call a timeout. So 55 seconds left to go. 10-point lead for Silex. Oh. I'm sorry, 13 seconds left to go in the game. All right, Silex now looking to break the full court pressure from the Big Red. Kuntz gets it in. She's going to bring it up to Van Horn. She picks it up. Pressure from Benke. Looks like they called a jump ball, no foul. 5.5 seconds left to go. Kuntz with the ball now. She's going to hold it. That's going to wrap things up from Warrenton High School. Your final score, 38-28. Silex takes the game. Stick around. We've got the Fast Lane postgame show coming up next. Thanks. All right, the final whistle's blown, but your journey is just getting started at Fastlane. We're all about keeping you moving. Whether it's a quick bite, a fresh brewed coffee, or top-tier fuel, Fastlane delivers fast, friendly service every time. With clean stores, everyday essentials, and smiles to match, we're your reliable stop across the region. So wherever the road takes you after the game or any day, refuel your day at Fastlane. Welcome in, folks, to the Fastlane postgame show. Your front row seat to all the action, analysis, and highlights from tonight's matchup. Powered by Fastlane, where convenience meets speed. We're breaking down every big play, standout performance, and game-changing moment. Whether you're tuning in from the bleachers or catching us on the go, we've got everything you need to relive the drama, celebrate the stars, and look ahead to what's next. So buckle up, because the Fastlane postgame show starts now. Once again, your final score here from Warrenton High School. The Lady Owls of Silex win 38-28. So at halftime, it was 23-10, big lead from Silex, and Warrenton really battled back in the third quarter. Coach Logan, really got the Warriors playing hard in the third quarter. They held Silex scoreless in the third quarter, and they trimmed the lead to 6, got it down to 1 possession, but then Silex picked up their defensive pressure, turned the Warriors over, and started knocking down shots and free throws to pull away and get their 10-point lead. So players of the game for Warrenton, leading scorer and star of the game for Warrenton was their 5'10 senior. She had 10 points before she fouled out. Our number 2 star of the game is going to go to Morgan Kuntz, the junior guard from Silex. She had 11 points all in the first half. She also had 2 assists. And our leading star, number 1 star of the game, is going to go to Austin Van Horn, the senior guard for Silex. She had 11 points, a couple of assists, several blocks, and she did a great job on the boards as well for Silex to help them secure their first victory of the season. They moved to 1-1. Warrenton is 1-1 as well. Looking ahead to what's next, Silex will play North Callaway Thursday, December 4th. And that's going to be a wrap on the Fast Lane postgame show. We want to thank you for running the court with us through every assist, steal, and shot made. From clutch plays to unforgettable moments, we've covered it all, and the road ahead looks just as exciting. Next up, the Big Reds girls basketball team will travel to Sullivan to play the Lady Eagles. That's next week. Our next broadcast on the Warrenton Sports Network will be tomorrow, Wednesday, December 3rd, as we live stream the Warrenton High School Wrestling Tri-Match versus Jeff City Helias Catholic High School and the Hannibal Pirates. Until then, this is Keith Brown reminding you to stay fast, stay sharp, and we'll see you in the Fast Lane.